Vintage Vibers, how are you today? Nashville, Tennessee. Hope you're having a wonderful day. We're going to do something a little different today. I have two guitars with me today. These guitars are both from 1944, which is right in the middle of what they call the wartime period of Martin guitars. The reason they're called that is because, well, it was in the middle of the wartime. So we became involved in World War II as of December 7th, 1941. Moving forward, in 1942, 43, 44, into 45 as well. Everybody was into the war effort. We're saving metal because all metal was used in our war efforts, in planes, ships, everything that was going on, ammunition. As a result, Martin took as much metal out of the guitars as they could. They replaced the metal truss rod with ebony, which is a wood source, a strong wood source, but they used ebony. They took all the metal out of the tuners that they could around the ferrules and on the tuner buttons. As you'll notice on both these guitars, we have plastic tuner buttons. So that's a real hallmark of these guitars. This particular guitar is a 1944 triple aught 28. So what that means, it's a little smaller body, thinner body. Some say more comfortable. It's your choice. This is a matched back Brazilian Rosewood. It's just phenomenal. Just a beautiful guitar. The necks were made just a little bit heftier to compensate for the lack of metal in the neck as well, which I prefer to have that source of a little bit more to grip on with the guitar. And as you can hear, it's still got a great articulation, maybe slightly less power in a true bluegrass sense than some of the other guitars that were made in the 30s and into the early 40s. These guitars also maintained the scalloped bracing, which is incredibly important to the tone of the guitar. It's a scallop bracing which has less weight to it, allows the top to move in a more efficient manner, in a more synergistic manner, so you have the whole guitar moving. When you play this guitar, you can feel the body moving. So it's very important. All the way until early 45, they used scallop bracing. After that, they went to a tapered bracing, and then the straight bracing after that. Today, you can actually order from the Martin custom shop guitars with scallop bracing. So they went back to that, or forward into it, because they realized what a difference that makes in the tone. So let's go back to our wartime issues here. As you can see on the back here, you've got those plastic tuner buttons. You've got the metal around the tuners that are gone. Otherwise, guitars are made extraordinarily well, very solid. Just amazing. Sustain and decay that you would expect, and extremely light. So this is a 1944 triple aught 28. The other one that I have here is a 1944 mid-year 1944 D18. Now, usually these larger dreadnought guitars can be considerably heavier. This one is not even 3 pounds. And the reason is because they took the metal, a large amount of metal, out of the neck and again from the headstock. It maintains the scallop bracing, so it has less weight in the bracing. So it makes the guitar extremely responsive. Just amazing. The tonality all the way up and down the keyboard, the fretboard, is absolutely lovely. You just can't go wrong. And they'll back off nicely for you as well. Just wonderful guitars. So if you have a chance to play some ebony rod Martins, the old ones, please do it. I mean, they really are something to be cherished, and understand the differentiations, and they're just wonderful guitars. Sometimes put aside, they poo-poo them because they're not pre-war. Okay, they're not pre-war, but they're fantastic in every way. So those are the differences today that I wanted to point out as far as what the pre-war versus a wartime guitar is. Go find yourself one, and you have a lot of fun. So that's your vintage vibe for today with the Ebony Rod Martins.